Alright, I am recording this the day after because I didn't want to record. See, this is the thing, right? I didn't want to record after Roma because I was like, I don't want to be I don't want to be reactionary. So I said I'll wait till Torino, and we lost that. And I said, okay, no, I want to be even more reactionary, so I'll wait till Lecce. And now I just have to record it at a certain point. And yeah, winless in 3. Two awful draws, a bad loss against Torino that everybody tried to excuse, saying, oh, we don't care about the cup. This is the problem with not caring about the cup, because exactly 4 days later, you're out of the title race and you have one less trophy to play for. Like, it doesn't make sense. We're not Real Madrid. Like, sorry, we just got good 2 years ago. We just got good again 2 years ago. Like, what gives us the right to start scoffing at trophies? We won one trophy. One. When did we start being able to be like, oh, I don't even care about that trophy? Like, what? We've won one time. That makes no sense. Sorry, we're not that privileged. So I didn't understand why people were doing that. I mean, this game, actually, all three games are a summary of a failed summer. That's basically what it is. You lose a starter like Kessie. I'm going to talk about the game specifically in a bit, but like ultimately it boils down to you lose a starter in Kessie and you replace him with a youth product whose the height of his career should be Torino. I don't have a problem with Pobega, okay? Pobega is good for what he is. He runs really hard. He tries really hard. He has a good knack for scoring. You know, he'll get you 8 goals with his like late runs in the box and all these different things. Great, really good player, you know, for Torino. That's what he is. He's a Torino midfielder, okay? He plays in a 3 in midfield with a 3 at the back. That works perfectly. They don't require as much from him, and his goal scoring matters a lot more to a team like that. But for a team that wants to keep the ball, he's just not of the level. Simple as. It's not a personal agenda. I'm not going overboard. I'm not saying, oh, he's the worst player I've ever seen. He's just not of the level. He can't be. And this is not coaching. Like some people are blaming, like, oh, why is Pioli playing him? Why is Pioli doing this? Why is Pioli... There's nothing. There is no tactic. There's no coaching that you can do to turn him into something he's not, which is a possession midfielder. He's not. That's not what he is. And we're a team that's expected, that tries to be a possession team. So he's not that. There's no coaching that can change that. We replace Kessie with that and a backup. A youth backup from Wolfsburg. That's what he was. He wasn't a guaranteed starter at Wolfsburg. He was a backup. And while there has been moments, like the Fiorentina game, where I really did... There's talent. There's obvious talent, right? But the champions of Italy lost a starter, okay? A starter, and replaced him with backups. That's what they did. Unacceptable. Like, it's just unacceptable. We went into last season, one of our biggest strengths, one of our absolute biggest strengths, is that we had 3 midfielders we never had to worry about. Whatever combination of the 3, we knew we could win. No problem. Kessie Benasser, cool. Kessie Tonali, cool. Benasser Tonali, no problem. Any combination of the 3, we could lock down and win. Okay? At this point, genuinely, if one of Benasser or Tonali isn't playing, that's it. The game is over. Like, we will look unorganized. We will look like we have no ideas. We will not know how to progress the ball at any part of the field. That's it. The game ends if one of those 2 guys isn't there. You know, like we can get some, like we could beat Sampdoria. We could struggle to beat Sampdoria. We could struggle to beat this team, but we can't actually dominate a team on possession if one of those 2 guys isn't there. How can you, as the champions of Italy, be that damn reliant on 2 players? It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make sense. I mean, Leao is our best player, but we're less reliant on him than we are Tonali and Benasser. I would actually like to see like the passing accuracy, the possession, all these kind of things. I'll research it one day and I'll come back for next time. How much does it crater the moment one of those 2 guys leaves the field? It must leave the field. I mean, like the Roma game, Benasser gets subbed off, instantly the game tanks. The Torino game, neither of them start because we rotated. Game has no flow. And against yesterday against Lecce, Pobega starts. Genuinely, he's just like, what can he do? There's nothing to do. Pioli started that in the game. He had Pobega go more in a more advanced role, and Teo play like the inverted fullback, role. Where he slides into midfield. Like, this is the kind of shit Pioli's having to do, because ultimately he knows factually, if Pobega's in the midfield role, nothing's happening. There's no point. Like, he's not good enough in possession. You go down 2 goals. You go down firstly because I don't know what the fuck Kalulu was doing. Like, just the whole team is just doing dumb shit at this point. Kalulu plays an awful pass. Peo ends up with an own goal. It's whatever. Then the second goal is yet another set piece. We are 1 set piece goal conceded away from being the worst in the league. We're second currently. 1 away from the worst in the league. That's how unbelievably, incredibly awful we have been. And I saw somebody, Karim, sorry, but like I saw him say, "Oh, last year we were one of the best teams defending set pieces." Right, that was the anomaly. Because the year before, we were just on pace for this bullshit that we're doing right now. We were doing the same shit 2 years ago as we are doing right now. Last year was an anomaly. Last year can probably be explained by the fact that Maniana is a superhuman. I understand that, okay? But teams don't have to... And I understand that if he came back, we would suddenly be exponentially better on set pieces. But at the same time, you shouldn't just completely collapse. Like, it's not acceptable to just completely collapse organizationally whenever he's gone. That makes no sense. He's been gone for 2-3 months. They had the entire World Cup break. None of our defenders, everyone was at Milanello except Teo. All our defenders were there. So what was going on? The communication issues should have been solved. And yet they Lecce get a corner. They play it out to Hjulmand on the edge of the box. Nobody even thinks about, hey, maybe I should go get that guy. We're the best crosser on their team. Maybe I should go get him. Instead, he gets about 10 seconds. He controls the ball. He puts it in front of him a little bit. He has all the time and space to look, see where he wants to cross it. Crosses it in, scores 2-0. Down 2-0 in the first fucking half. Embarrassing. And again, it's the same. It's not the same set piece issues. The set piece issues, we are bad in every single little facet of defending a set piece. It is so bad, it's actually impressive. Okay? And earlier in my Chelsea video, in the first game we lost, I said that being so bad at set pieces is going to cost us trophies. I said exactly that. Okay? You cannot be this bad at any one thing in the game and win. There's no way. And win trophies. There's no way. That one thing that you're this bad at will cost you wins. That ultimately, there's just no way. If Napoli were this bad at any one thing in the game, they'd be behind us. Like, that's just how this is. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. Obviously, going forward, we end up equal. Leao scores a brilliant goal. Calabria scores a header. The game fizzles out. Ends up at 2-2. And it's just like, man. It was just a funeral. That's what it felt like at the end. It was a funeral for the title race. Congratulations to Napoli. That's what they won. Congratulations to them. But I just think there's so much that needs to change. Giroud, God almighty. I talked about Pobega enough. Giroud, I'm so fucking sick of him. Honest to God, I'm so sick of him. I've been sick of him for a while, but like, I'm gonna give him one excuse. One excuse, not even an excuse, and a real explanation, is the fact that he should not be playing this many minutes. That's the one I'm gonna give him. Okay? He should not be, at age 36, he should not be playing this many minutes. But past that, God almighty, man, when the ball comes to you with your back to goal, can you please just fucking trap the ball? Is it every single fucking time? Is a heel flick absolutely necessary every single time? Nobody's ready for it. Nobody's ever in position to really feed off the heel flicks. Nobody. It's literally possession right back to Lecce every fucking time he did that shit. That's aside from the fact that he missed 2 big chances. There's that as well. But I'm putting that even to the side. That's how low the bar. The bar, it was... The ridiculousness of our summer is that our main starting striker got 10 goals and we were like, yep, that's cool. Let's run that back. It was a complete anomaly that we were able to win a title with a little bit of Giroud, a little bit of Ibra, and a little bit of Rebic. That trio combined for just enough goals from the striker position. I understand that. But that's a complete anomaly. That's not how this shit usually works. It almost never happens that way. So the fact that they looked at that and said, yeah, we'll run it back, makes no sense. To me, I honestly believe the title race is over. So seeing as the title race is over, give me some fucking CDK minutes. Because at a certain point, I tweeted this, it's sink or swim time. Either he's good enough or he's not good enough. For this season, I'm not saying sell him or whatever, but for this season, if he's going to contribute this season, we still have things to play for. So if he's going to contribute now, give him minutes. Let us see. Let him progress. Let him acclimate himself to the team and play him with the best players. Every time CDK plays, he's playing with the bench players. Play him with Leao. Play him with Brahim. Play him with Tonali and Benasser. That's how even if there's the slightest glimmer of hope that we might see the best of him, that's the only way it'll come. With the best teammates. Play him with those guys. And look, ultimately, we play Inter in the Supercopa on Wednesday, and if we win that, the entire outlook of the last month changes, you know? Then we've won a trophy, and, you know, everything feels a lot better. But I just think there's a lot of things to rectify. I'll just give one last positive. I'll give one last positive after a whole bunch of negativities that I truly don't believe we're that far. We're not that far from the team we need to be to win the title again. We're really not. We're 2, maximum 3 players away from being that team again. I really do believe that. I hope we get some investment this summer. That's all I'm going to say. I really hope that.